I am the community coordinator. Let me start it again. I always forget to add the environmental justice piece. This is only gonna be like 10 minutes, so it's like, I can't really go into many rants. I feel like I'm answering a question you didn't ask, but I think that's just how it goes. I'm in the sauce now, I'm deep in the sauce. You let me go. Yeah. So kudos to you. You got what you wanted.
That's what I want.
My entry point into the environment came before my entry point into environmental justice. My relationship and early upbringing around like being outside, having a tree house, playing sports since I was 6, all predisposed me to like outdoor work. My first job formally was with the Student Conservation Association. So doing trail work in McKinley Park, which is one of the bigger parks in Pittsburgh. You know, I think that definitely was a catalytic experience, I would say. And like when I was in 10th grade in high school, I had made up my mind that I wanted to pursue like the sustainability field, as it were, you know, given my prior experiences working in conservation specifically and seeing like different opportunities that kind of could be assessed through this particular focus academically. It kind of helped guide me as I left high school, going to Slippery Rock for environmental science, and then switching over to environmental studies. I was much more interested in being able to be in community with folks around like how to like address different issues in a public domain. My dad's side of the family is from the Hill District, and it was kind of astonishing to learn like just like the neighborhood I grew up in part was shaped by decisions and actions that I had never even heard of in like such a big visceral way, like, and that really had a profound impact on me and how I thought about what I was doing, where I was trying to go with this, like knowing that like I wanted to do something to kind of make a change, so to speak. And yeah, I don't know, I think from that point in college, it was clear to me kind of the direction I want to go into as far as like working in the community, leveraging my skills and know-how to actually like make a difference, which is something RiverWise does, you know, to just like interface with the project leads across the Ohio, the Allegheny, and Mon Valley, and just seeing like the commonalities across the different projects. I think it's given a lot of context and texture to the work we're doing that probably would have taken a year, if not longer, to obtain otherwise. So I think that's been cool. And just be able to like converse with folks, get a feel for who they are as people. What it's taught me is that during my short time on this earth, I've accrued a lot of experiences that seem to be increasingly relevant for the work we're doing. And just like many domains, you know, having tough conversations, leading collaborative projects, assisting other people and with their process or vision to create something from scratch. I think it's all helped play into the role I'm doing now, where we're coming in and be able to like diagnose where projects at in comparison where they want to be, and be able to like create like a roadmap to help them get there while providing some like pointed assistance with some of the steps that requires. So I think, you know, it's been affirming and edifying to see like, you know, oh, this thing that I might have thought was totally different is actually like very useful in this particular setting or situation. And I think just having like a utility belt of experiences to draw from, because if I would be helpful and of use, I need to know those things. Like, because at the end of the day, as much experience as I might have or different things I've seen or been a part of, like, it doesn't mean anything if it doesn't interface with the actual context in which the work exists in. And in that way, it's been interesting to like go from being someone doing work in neighborhoods that I kind of grew up in or have a lot of familiarity with, and working with folks that aren't from there. It's like reverse now. So I think that's probably just the only thing that feels different, really. What I hope for in this role is to be able to look back and have supported projects that were really doing restorative work. I think for us, it's like to be maybe working ourselves out of a job. At some point, this type of work shouldn't be needed, and it should lead to a new thing that's required. We should always be evolving and adapting. And I think not just based on what funding exists, but based on us having completed our goal of like, all right, we set out to do this thing and we've done a fairly good job. And I think now we can hand certain things off, reset, and like target the next thing. that's informed by community needs as they continue to grow and evolve. So that's what I'm saying is like, we need to be able to grow with the community. That's really what I want to see over the course of my tenure here. And I think if there's a few case studies that we could point to that exemplify those things, I would look at it as being a success.